1940, Stalin's secret assassins penetrate this fortress villa outside Mexico City. They spray Leon Trotsky's bedroom with machine gun fire. It's one of the many Soviet attacks on enemies of the state by secret agents with license to kill. Terror, repression, assassination, methods once used by intelligence agencies in the former Soviet Union to eliminate political dissent. In the chilling language of the KGB, assassinations are called wet affairs. In a secret laboratory called Kamera, or the chamber, the KGB developed new, sophisticated murder weapons. A metal fountain pen, easily concealed. The cartridge containing not ink, but enough poison gas to kill. A lethal 4mm pistol carried in a dummy lipstick case. A twist of the front ring fires the weapon. And the ultimate in concealment, a 4mm pistol carried in a rectal suppository, easily smuggled across borders. Sophistication evolves from crude beginnings. Like this revolver, which can be equipped with a silencer, used in the early 20s by Lenin's ruthless secret police called the Cheka. Founded December 20th, 1917 by a merciless hangman, Felix Dzerzhinsky, Cheka sets the brutal tone for Soviet political oppression. The mission of the Cheka is total control through intelligence, espionage, and assassination. The real master of Soviet tyranny and repression is Joseph Stalin. Stalin, the Communist Party General Secretary, believes in destroying all who oppose him. Perhaps no one will feel Stalin's cruelty more than his arch-rival, Leon Trotsky. Following the Russian Revolution, Trotsky becomes the new Bolshevik foreign commissar and head of the Red Army. Trotsky's real name is Lev Bronstein. Born in 1879 in a small Russian town near the Black Sea. He shows his radical temperament at an early age, expelled from school for destroying sacred icons of the Russian Orthodox Church. Trotsky uses the Red Army to crush political opposition. After Lenin, he is the second most powerful man in the Soviet Union. He will also become a marked man, soon to be the target of an assassin who will pursue him halfway around the world. January 21st, 1924, Lenin dies of a stroke. His death triggers a vicious power struggle between Stalin and Trotsky. Stalin seizes control of the secret police and uses the dreaded Cheka to spy on the population and eliminate all dissent. He tells the head of his secret police, "Choose the victim, carefully prepare the blow, then go to bed. There is nothing sweeter in the world." Stalin expels Trotsky from the party, exiles him to Siberia, then deports him to Turkey. Trotsky flees across the continent through France and Norway. Trotsky is now a hunted man, running for his life from country to country. The Soviet secret police, renamed the NKVD, tracks him relentlessly. In desperation, Trotsky finds refuge in Mexico. January 9th, 1937. Trotsky arrives in Mexico City, where he is greeted by the painter Diego Rivera, a devout communist, and his wife, the artist Frida Kahlo. Today, the major landmarks of the Trotsky story remain, making it possible to retrace every step. The Trotskys move into this lush villa in the Mexico City suburb of Coyoacan. The compound becomes an armed camp. Trotsky is obsessed with security. Seen in these rare home movies, the Trotskys try to lead a normal life. Trotsky signs a contract to write a tell-all book about Joseph Stalin. The Russian dictator is enraged and decides to assassinate Trotsky. The Trotskys increase the security of their villa and order armed guards posted around the clock. In an elaborate plan that takes years to prepare, the NKVD picks its key player to penetrate Trotsky's compound in Mexico City. Name: Ramon Mercader, alias Jacques Monar, alias Frank Jackson. Born Barcelona, Spain in 1914. He is recruited during the Spanish Civil War as an agent of the NKVD. Paris, the city of light. The year 1938. The NKVD's complex assassination plan begins here. The dashing Mercader, who is fluent in English and French, is told to seduce an unsuspecting American woman. She is Sylvia Agaloff, a communist social worker from Brooklyn, New York, with family ties to Trotsky. She becomes the pawn in the NKVD plot and is lured to Paris to attend the secret Fourth Internationale of Trotskyites. Mercader, who has infiltrated Trotsky's inner circle in Paris, schemes to seduce Sylvia and gain her trust. She becomes his lover. The next step in the elaborate plan, Mexico, a step closer to Trotsky. Mercader convinces Sylvia to join him in Mexico City. His cover, a new job in the export business arranged by the NKVD. In Mexico, Sylvia will unwittingly lead him to his quarry, Leon Trotsky. In Mexico City, Mercader's first assignment is to penetrate the Trotsky compound. He is told to provide the NKVD with sketches showing the layout, security systems, and weak points of the fortress. The image of Stalin haunts the Trotskys. Trotsky's wife, Natalia, has a premonition. Ever since our arrival in Mexico, she says, we have been waiting with sure inner knowledge for the assassins. Sylvia Agaloff spends considerable time visiting and doing some interpreting for her friends, the Trotskys. Mercader frequently drives Sylvia to the compound. He is now traveling under a fake Canadian passport as Frank Jackson. Mercader becomes a familiar face among the guards and wins their trust. At last, he has achieved his real objective, gaining access to the fortress. With his photographic memory, he studies security measures, inside and out, and reports back every minute detail to the NKVD. May 24th, 1940. At dawn, 20 heavily armed men storm the Trotsky compound. They open fire with submachine guns, spraying the compound and Trotsky's bedroom. The Trotskys hide under their bed and miraculously survive unharmed. Trotsky says afterward, "Fate has granted me a reprieve. It will be of short duration." The NKVD, frustrated by the failed attack, activates a backup plan and orders Ramon Mercader to assassinate Trotsky. August 20th, 1940. Mercader arrives at the compound on the pretext that Trotsky will critique an article he has written. Both men enter the study. Mercader carries a raincoat slung across his arm. He conceals in his coat a dagger, a pistol, and a mountaineer's pickaxe. As Trotsky reads Mercader's manuscript, the assassin strikes. He delivers a tremendous blow to Trotsky's head with the pickaxe. Trotsky's blood-curdling scream alerts his security guards. Mercader is surrounded, severely beaten, and arrested. On August 21st, 1940, 26 hours later, after a tenacious fight for life, Leon Trotsky dies. He is 60 years old. It has taken 16 years, but the relentless, obsessed Stalin has finally had his way. Mexican police suspect, but cannot prove, that Mercader is working for Stalin's secret police. Prison psychiatrists describe Mercader as, quote, a killer without passion for justice or freedom, a trained political assassin, a martinet of a new order. But this martinet has embarrassed the Soviet secret police with his crude techniques. Next time, it will be necessary to distance the assassin from his victim, to bring about a death that cannot be traced, to develop new, sophisticated techniques of killing. The secret police go to work. Moscow. Following Stalin's death in 1953, the secret police is reorganized, renamed the KGB, and rearmed with a new generation of murder weapons. But the goal remains the same: to eliminate enemies of the state. One of the new KGB weapons is a deadly spray gun. The trigger ignites a small powder charge which vaporizes a cyanide ampule. The lethal, high-velocity spray causes cardiac arrest. The gun is designed to be fired from inside a rolled-up newspaper. In Munich, the KGB's next victims, two anti-communist Ukrainian emigres. The KGB assassin has been chosen carefully. He is also Ukrainian. Name: Bogdan Stashinsky. Age: 26. Uses many aliases. Stashinsky has a college degree and is fluent in Russian and German. Ukrainian emigre Lev Rebet is Bogdan Stashinsky's first target. He is the editor of a Ukrainian nationalist newspaper. Rebet also has contacts with the CIA. Munich, October 12, 1957. Stashinsky waits for his victim at number 8 Karlsplatz, on the stairs leading to Rebet's newspaper office. Rebet enters the building. Stashinsky sprays a cloud of cyanide gas in his victim's face. Authorities believe that Rebet has died of a heart attack. The murder is untraceable. It is the perfect crime. Stashinsky feels more secure about his next victim. In Munich, KGB assassin Stashinsky's next victim will be another Ukrainian emigre, Stefan Bandera. He is a popular vocal political activist working for Ukrainian independence, a threat to the communist state who must be eliminated. This time, the place of execution, Bandera's apartment house at number 7 Kreitmeierstrasse. October 15th, 1 p.m., Stashinsky waits on the stairs leading to Bandera's apartment. Bandera finally enters, carrying groceries. Stashinsky fires the lethal gas in Bandera's face. Bandera dies instantly. The assassin escapes unnoticed and tosses his weapon in a nearby stream. A post-mortem reveals that Bandera's stomach contains a large quantity of cyanide. Stashinsky escapes to East Berlin, where he sees a television news report showing Bandera's funeral in Munich. He feels a deep sense of remorse and undergoes a radical personal and political change. August 12, 1961. Stashinsky flees to West Berlin, where he defects and confesses the murders. He is brought to trial for the assassinations. The trial judge says the real perpetrator of murder is the Soviet Union. Stashinsky is sentenced to 8 years in prison. Following the bad press of the Stashinsky affair, the Soviets disengaged from direct political assassination. In the next case, the Bulgarian Secret Service asks the KGB for help. They need a sophisticated weapon that will be untraceable. The KGB willingly provides its expertise. A new and bizarre assassination weapon is developed by the KGB for the Bulgarians. It works exactly like this walking stick. The cane contains an extremely sharp syringe that injects a deadly poison instantly. For the next victim, the weapon will be concealed in an umbrella. London, September 1978. Bulgarian émigré Georgy Markov works for Radio Free Europe, broadcasting from the BBC. Markov defected from Bulgaria in 1969. A respected author, he is an embarrassment to the Bulgarian Communist Party. Markov publicly exposes the extravagant lifestyle of party leaders and singles out Bulgarian President Todor Zhivkov. Zhivkov considers Markov a traitor who must be eliminated. A man of habit, Markov drives once a week from his home to a parking lot next to the Waterloo Bridge. He then walks a half mile to the BBC's Bush House to broadcast to Bulgaria. Like clockwork, he returns at 6:30 p.m. during the evening rush hour to move his car, when parking restrictions end. September 7, 1978. A man knowing Markov's habits waits for him on the Waterloo Bridge. He carries an umbrella, stumbles, and jabs Markov in the right thigh. Markov feels a slight sting, but thinks nothing of it. The assassin jumps into a passing taxi and disappears. Markov is unaware that the assailant has implanted a slow-acting poison pellet in his leg. He finishes his shift at the BBC, and that night develops a high fever. At St. James Hospital in London, he tells doctors that he is the victim of a mysterious attack by a man with an umbrella. He insists that he has been poisoned. He soon goes into shock and dies the next day of blood poisoning. Scotland Yard decides to investigate. Pathologists discover a tiny pellet in skin tissue taken from Georgy Markov's right thigh. This is the pellet photographed next to the head of the pin. 2 holes drilled in the pellet carry the poison. Further tests identify the poison, a toxin called ricin from the seeds of the castor bean. How lethal is ricin? Compared to the cyanide on the right, only a few grains of ricin will kill. There is no known antidote for ricin. The assassin has disappeared without a trace. Another enemy of the state has been eliminated. Three killers, working for state intelligence agencies, have carried out the traditional Soviet policy for dealing with political opponents: assassination. They are secret agents, spies, with license to kill. And now, Spies presents No Place to Hide, a story of retaliation and assassination by secret agents of Israeli intelligence. Munich, 1972. Terrorist assassins infiltrate the Olympic Village. An Arab group called Black September kills 11 members of the Israeli Olympic team. Israel's secret agents launch a ruthless, clandestine campaign of retribution. Objective: terrorize the terrorists. Weapons of choice: bombs and the compact, quiet Beretta pistol, the deadly trademark of the Mossad. Hidden somewhere in the shadows of Israel is the headquarters of its Foreign Intelligence Service. The location of this agency is as mysterious as the organization itself. The Mossad is an intelligence agency so secret, even its very existence is officially denied. What is known is that its director, whose name is never made public, reports only to Israel's Prime Minister. The Mossad is well known for its war against terrorism, refining counter-terror as a weapon with a vengeance. In the early 1970s, its major target is an extremist Palestinian terrorist group known as Black September. Its mission: focus attention on the plight of the Palestinians. Beirut, Lebanon, once the resort capital of the Middle East, is now a city of refuge for terrorists. January 1972, 4 Black September terrorists quietly enter this apartment and hold a secret meeting. They are Mahmoud Yosef Najer, number 3 in the PLO, and a liaison with Black September. Abu Daoud, an explosives expert. Abu Iyad, head of the PLO intelligence staff, and a secret chief of Black September. And finally, a deadly, cunning specialist in sabotage and assassination. Name: Ali Hassan Salameh, codenamed by the Mossad the Red Prince. Age: 32, a self-confident playboy and womanizer. These 4 Black September leaders target their next attack. It will be a spectacular and ambitious mission: the 1972 Olympic Games in Munich, Germany. Cost: $2 million. Libya's Gaddafi bankrolls the operation. Black September organizes and trains the terrorists for the Munich operation. Goal: humiliate Israel before the world and take hostages to bargain for the release of Arab prisoners. August 26, 1972. The games begin. The eyes of the world are upon Germany, a nation desiring to move beyond its dark Nazi past. The event is hailed as the Olympics of Reconciliation. 28 Israeli athletes arrive full of optimism and hope. September 5th, Black September strikes. At 4:40 a.m. in the pre-dawn darkness, the terrorists break into the Olympic Village. They search the corridors for the Israeli team. One athlete is killed instantly, another executed later. 9 are taken hostage. In a matter of minutes, the terrorists have taken over the Israeli compound. They demand to be taken to the airport with their hostages. German police lose control of the situation. The terrorists panic, open fire, and release a hand grenade. All 9 Israeli hostages are killed. The Munich Olympics has become the scene of a massacre. With Jews murdered on German soil, the dream of reconciliation is shattered. In Israel, there is grief, shock, and outrage. Prime Minister Golda Meir announces the tragedy to Parliament. Her response is to form a top-secret organization to launch a long-term campaign against the terrorists responsible for the Munich Olympic massacre. It is known as Committee X. General Aharon Yariv, director of Amman, Israel's military intelligence agency, is assigned to lead Committee X. Yariv calls on Zvi Zamir, head of the Mossad, to execute the committee's plan of retribution. Mossad's mission is simply to terrorize the terrorists. Israel is determined to settle the score. Under Committee X, the Mossad forms a special unit of agents. Objective: systematically hunt down and eliminate any Black September terrorists involved in the Munich attack. One by one. In Tel Aviv, the Mossad gathers information on the terror group responsible for the Munich Olympics massacre. Committee X begins to develop its file on Black September. Personal dossiers on each of the terrorists are assembled. At the top of their hit list of 12 known terrorist leaders of Black September is the Beirut conspirator, Ali Hassan Salameh, the Red Prince. Salameh planned the Munich attack. Mossad wants to eliminate him, but he is clever, a difficult man to catch. From its stations around the world, Mossad agents mingle within the Arab communities, extracting detailed information through informers. Human intelligence, or HUMINT as it's called, provides the Mossad with valuable data on Black September, its strength, source of weapons, and financing. A veteran Mossad specialist in covert operations is chosen to lead the assassination team. He will operate independently with no official link to Mossad. Name: Mike Harari. Age: 46. Born Tel Aviv, 1927. an intelligence agent for 20 years, a reputation for extreme thoroughness. Mike Harari handpicks his team of agents and sets up his European command post in Paris. His cover, French businessman. Harari's team operates underground in Europe, the same as any small terrorist cell. It begins to trail the men on Mossad's wanted list. October 1972. Just 1 month after the Munich massacre, Harari's team descends on Rome. Its first target, Abed Wahil Zweiter, a Palestinian poet. Zweiter works as a translator at the Libyan embassy in Rome. He leads a quiet and unassuming life on Piazza Annibaliano. Yet as Black September regional commander in Rome, Zweiter was personally involved in terror activities and logistical planning of the Munich operation. His history of terrorist attacks against Israeli targets extends beyond the Olympics. October 16, 1972. At 10:30 p.m., Romans are engrossed in the television premiere of Fellini's 8½. Zweiter gets off his bus and walks home. Twelve bullets are fired into Zweiter's body. He dies instantly. Italian police find 12 shells from a Beretta .22 caliber pistol. The Beretta is compact and reliable. Its multiple 2- and 3-round bursts are quiet and efficient. The Beretta is the weapon of choice among Mossad agents. December 1972, Paris. At 175 Rue de l'Asia, a man posing as a journalist pays a call on Dr. Mahmoud Hamshari. As the PLO representative in Paris, Hamshari is not unaccustomed to meetings with the press. The journalist is a member of Harari's team. While pretending to interview Hamshari, the agent surveys the apartment. He meets Hamshari's French wife and daughter as well. That same Mossad agent sits in a cafe located across the street. He observes Hamshari's wife and daughter leaving their home. He makes a phone call. Hamshari answers the phone. A bomb hidden inside the telephone is now armed. After confirming Hamshari's identity by voice, the agent transmits a radio signal. The use of a bomb in this assassination is intended for maximum dramatic effect and to serve as a warning. Hamshari is severely wounded and dies from his injuries. Nicosia, Cyprus, some 3 weeks later. With 2 names crossed off their list, Harari's agents watch Hussein Abed al-Khir as he returns to his hotel from a meeting at the Soviet embassy. A Black September agent, al-Khir is also the PLO contact man with the KGB in Cyprus. He is number 10 on the hit list. He retires for the night. As he lies down, a pressure bomb planted under his bed goes off. What is left of al-Khir is buried in Cyprus. Black September frequently uses Europeans as couriers because they can move freely between the capitals of Europe and the Middle East. One such agent is a German named Willy Voss, a former neo-Nazi who became a courier for Black September in 1970. Mossad has been watching him for some time, hoping he will lead them to the terrorists he serves.
I gave informations to people who stand in Europe, Palestinian people. I took information, so I gave money, I took money, I brought weapons, and everything an organization like that need. I was a courier.
As a courier, Voss is a vital link in the chain which leads to the Munich terrorists. Mossad surveillance of Voss's movements enables the hit team to hunt down its targets and penetrate Black September. Within months of the massacre, Harari's team has tracked down almost every major figure of Black September working undercover in Europe. April 1973 is a deadly month for Black September. Paris, Friday, April 6th. At the Café de la Paix, Black September agent Professor Basil El Kubaisi has just finished an early supper. Walking back home, he reaches Rue de l'Arcade. Two men block his way and fire 9 bullets, killing him instantly. Kubaisi was an Iraqi law professor and an organizer of logistics and weapons. The bullets are from a .22 caliber Beretta pistol, the trademark of Mossad. Beirut, 1973. On the evening of April 11th, a combined Israeli military and intelligence raid begins. Operation Spring of Youth. Along a Beirut beach, 40 Israeli commandos sneak ashore. Their targets, Black September headquarters and the Red Prince. With the help of Mossad agents in Beirut, the commandos launch their devastating attack. Two hours after the lightning assault, the commandos escape by sea. The raid completely destroys Black September headquarters. In the attack, 3 high officials linked to the Munich massacre are eliminated, gunned down in their apartment building. One of them, Mahmoud Yosef Najjar, helped conceive the Olympic attack at the original Black September meeting in January 1972. But the Red Prince is still at large. Athens, the next day. From his hotel room, another Munich conspirator hears about the Beirut raid on the radio. Musa Abu Ziad rushes out to get a newspaper and is stalled by a Greek man for a few minutes. During that time, 4 kilograms of plastic explosive are planted under his bed. Ziad's name is erased from the list. By mid-1973, only 3 Munich terrorists are left, including the Red Prince. Ali Hassan Salameh is still at large. For the Mossad's Mike Harari, hunting down the Red Prince becomes an obsession. Norway, July 1973. Harari and his agents finally get a definite lead on the Red Prince. Acting on a tip from a Black September informer, the hunt for Salameh takes them to the city of Lillehammer. They spot their target leaving the local theater, accompanied by a blonde woman. It is well known that Salameh fancies blondes. The couple is followed as they travel by bus. When they get off, the agents make their move. In an ambush, Harari and his team pump 11 bullets into the man they believe to be Salameh. They kill the wrong man. Ahmed Boucheki, a Moroccan waiter, is gunned down instead in front of his pregnant Norwegian wife. The tip turns out to be deliberate disinformation planted by the Red Prince. Harari's team has blown its cover, exposing the secret Mossad operation. Norwegian police capture 6 Mossad agents who are tried and sentenced to prison. Harari narrowly escapes. He is called back to Israel and reassigned. Lillehammer is a disaster, a major embarrassment for the Mossad. Its infrastructure in Europe is seriously compromised. Mossad slows down the pace of assassinations, reorganizes and focuses on the Red Prince. For 6 more years, the Red Prince cleverly eludes his pursuers and his fate. Ali Hassan Salameh lives a good life with a salary from the PLO. He marries Georgina Riznak, the 1971 Miss Universe from Lebanon. By 1979, Salameh and Georgina settle down in Beirut, but Salameh continues his playboy lifestyle. Israeli intelligence, aware of his weakness for women, is determined to exploit this fatal flaw. Salameh meets Erica Mary Chambers, and the terrorist behaves true to form. They have a passionate affair, and the honey trap is set. Chambers is a Mossad agent. The Mossad learns of a second fatal flaw in the Red Prince. Chambers observes Salameh as he travels the same route every day between his apartment and PLO headquarters. A man who always remained unpredictable has become careless. Salameh's routine is his final mistake. On the afternoon of January 22nd, Salameh and his bodyguards take the usual route. They drive by a parked Volkswagen. It is packed with explosives. A remote-controlled detonator sets off the explosion. The mastermind behind the Munich massacre is finally eliminated. The Red Prince is dead. 20 years after the Olympic massacre, 12 terrorists are dead. 1 killed by the PLO, 1 dead of natural causes, and 10 liquidated by the Mossad. In the volatile world of the Middle East, terrorism begets terrorism, and violence is a vicious circle. The line between intelligence and terrorism often becomes blurred, and all those who play the deadly game of assassination become targets with no place to hide.